What if I told you that your mind is being controlled right now? Without you even realizing it? That's right. There are forces at play that are influencing your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And it's not just about subliminal messages or hypnosis. It's about the darker side of psychology. The cognitive biases that secretly control our minds. So, let's dive in and explore the 4 darkest cognitive biases that will blow your mind. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the fascinating world of psychology. I'm your host, and today we're going to talk about something that will make you question everything you thought you knew about yourself, from the way you make decisions to the way you perceive reality. These cognitive biases will shock you. So, let's get started and explore the darkest corners of our minds. So, let's start with the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is a phenomenon where people who are incompetent in a particular domain tend to overestimate their own abilities. But here's the kicker. They're not just overestimating themselves. They're also underestimating others. It's like they're living in a bubble, where they're the smartest person in the room, and everyone else is just a fool. But what's even more interesting is that this effect can be observed in all areas of life, from politics to social media. So, the next time you see someone spouting nonsense online, just remember, they might be suffering from the Dunning-Kruger effect. But what about you? Are you also suffering from this effect? Are you overestimating your own abilities and underestimating others? Food for thought, right? Now, let's move on to the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. This is a cognitive bias where you start noticing a pattern or a concept everywhere after you've been introduced to it. It's like your brain is playing a trick on you, making you think that everything is connected. But here's the thing. It's not just about coincidence. It's about the way our brains are wired to recognize patterns. So, the next time you start noticing a particular brand or a particular idea everywhere, just remember, it's not just about the brand or the idea. It's about your brain's ability to recognize patterns. But what if I told you that this phenomenon can be used against you? What if I told you that advertisers and marketers are using this phenomenon to manipulate your perceptions and influence your decisions? Shocking, right? Now, let's talk about the third cognitive bias, the availability heuristic. This is a phenomenon where we overestimate the importance of information that is readily available to us. It's like our brains are taking a mental shortcut, relying on the information that's easily accessible, rather than seeking out more diverse perspectives. But what's even more interesting is that this bias can lead to some serious errors in judgment. For example, if you're watching a lot of crime dramas on TV, you might start thinking that crime is more prevalent than it actually is. Or, if you're reading a lot of news about plane crashes, you might start thinking that flying is more dangerous than it actually is. So, the next time you're making a decision, just remember, are you relying on the information that's readily available to you? Or are you seeking out more diverse perspectives? Finally, let's talk about the fourth cognitive bias, the fundamental attribution error. This is a phenomenon where we overestimate the role of personality and underestimate the role of situation in shaping behavior. It's like we're blaming the person rather than the circumstances. But what's even more interesting is that this bias can lead to some serious misunderstandings and miscommunications. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, you might think that they're a rude person, rather than thinking that they might be having a bad day. Or, if someone is late to a meeting, you might think that they're irresponsible, rather than thinking that they might be facing unexpected circumstances. So, the next time you're interacting with someone, just remember, are you blaming the person Or are you considering the circumstances? So, there you have it. The 4 darkest cognitive biases that secretly control our minds. From the Dunning-Kruger effect to the fundamental attribution error. These biases can lead to some serious errors in judgment and perception. But here's the thing. Now that you're aware of them, you can start to recognize them in yourself and others. You can start to question your own assumptions and perceptions, and seek out more diverse perspectives. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more mind-blowing psychology facts. And if you want to learn more about cognitive biases and how to overcome them, check out the links in our description box below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.